Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Jai Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Mai Jaya Sudarshana.
Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadramani Jaya Sudarsana.
Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Mai Jaya Sudarshana.
Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadramani Jaya Sudarsana.
Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radhe.
Radha Shama Sundarada Shama Sundaradi.
Jaya Radha Madana Mohan Radhe.
Radha Madana Mohan Radha Madana Mohan Radhi.
Jaya Radha Madana Mohan Radhe.
Radha Madana Mohan Radha Madana Mohan Radhi.
Jaya Radhe Jayo Radhe Jayo Radhe Jayo Shri Radhe.
Jayo Radhe Jayo Radhe Jayo Radhe Jayo Shri Radhe.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Hari Bol
Hari Bol
Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Prabhupada
Prabhupada Prabhupada. Jaya
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 Prabhupada
Prabhupada
Prabhupada Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Prabhupada Gurudev Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Prabhupada Gurudev Prabhupada.
Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivachagacharya Ashtotra Shashimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivachagacharya Ashtotra Shashimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki
Jai.
Anand Gauri Vaishnav Vrinda ki
Jai.
Namacharya Das Thakur ki
Jai.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
Jai.
Right, God Premanande.
Hari Hari Bol.
All glories assembled devotees.
Hare
All
Krishna,
glories assembled.
Hare Krishna,
Glories assembled.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Hare Krishna. Reading
Hare
from
Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, Knowledge of the Absolute, verses 22 and 23. Verse 22. Sadaya Shraddhaya Yuktas Tasyaradhana Mihade Labade cha tada kaman mayeva vidan hidan. Sadaya Shraddhaya Yuktas Tasyaradhana Mihade Labade cha tada kaman mayeva vidan hidan. Sadaya Shraddhaya Yuktas Tasyaradhana Mihade Labade cha tadakaman mayeva vidan hidan. Hare Krishna. Siddhartha Akune Mataji.
Sataya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sataya Shraddhaya Yuktas Tasya Radhanamihade Labade Chadadakaman Mayaiva Vihidan Hidan. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna. Vaikri Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sadaya Shraddhaya Yukta Sasya Radhana Mihade Labade Tat Tataha Kaman Maiva Vihidan Hitan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Siddhartha Akune can read the translation.
Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone.
Hare Krishna. 23. Andavatu bharam tesham tadbhavati alpamedhasam devan devayajo yandi madbhakta yandi mamavi. Andavatu bharam tesham tadbhavati alpamedhasam devan devayajo yandi madbhakta yandi mamavi. Andavatu bharam tesham tadbhavati alpamedhasam Devan Devaya Jo Yanti Madbhakta Yanti Mamapi. Hare Krishna. Yes. Vaikri Mataji.
Andavattu phalam tesham tadbhavatilpamedasa devan devayacho yandi mad bhakta yandi mamapi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Siddhartha Akune.
Hare Krishna. Andavattu palam tesham tadbhavatyadi alpamedasam devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamabi. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Right. You can read that translation also.
Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotee ultimately reach my supreme planet.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chachurunmeridam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagarajadam Saganadaganadadmitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadhudam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalida Shibishagan Vidamsta. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Gopesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Taptaganjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpadarubhescha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminidhi Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Tataya Shraddhaya Yuktas Tasyaradhanamihade Labade cha tadakaman Mayeva Vihidan Hidan. Endowed with such a faith, he seeks favors of a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. So Krishna now describes those Jivatma who are worshipping demigods. I can say demigod worshippers. Why they worship demigods? They have faith, or it's not that they have faith, they have some desires. Like everyone, they have great desires. The pure devotee has got no other desires except other than to serve Krishna. So desire is a symptom of life, and is coming from soul, and soul is a part of Krishna. The soul is full of life, and because of life, there is always a desire. Desires can only come from a living object, not from a dead object. But in the material world, people have so many desires pertaining to their body and senses. And those who are intelligent, though they know that they are in the spell of Maya or Gunas, and they have very strong desires, helplessly bound by this. Being intelligent, they know that the only source by which they can get a real pleasure or can get the results is through Krishna only. And so the intelligent among the people who are desiring worships Krishna only. That we have seen, Artha, Jitnyasu, Artharti, or Arthan, Arthati. This combination we have seen. They are interested only, or they approach Krishna because they have some desires to be fulfilled. But those who are less intelligent, or no intelligent, not intelligent at all, because they are in the grip of lower moods, namely Rajogun, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. Because of that, they have no intelligence at all. The persons in mode of ignorance, they have no idea about spiritual life, they have no idea of scriptures, they have no idea of a creator, and they are not bothered also. Those who are in passion, they have some idea of scriptures, some idea of spirituality, but because of their very strong desire to enjoy and their reluctance to do some penances, austerities, if you are in spirituality, and if you are thinking about spiritual life, there is definitely need for austerity. Since they don't have no appetite for that, they want to enjoy the same time. So they conclude that the best way to do is to approach some demigods. So that way, they can easily get some benefits. So worship of demigods yields quick results that we have seen in the verse 12, I think, verse 12 of 4th chapter. Kangshandaha karmanam siddhim yajanda ihadevada Shipram hi manushe loge siddhir bhavati karmaja. So because their desires are so strong, their intelligence have been stolen away or destroyed. Kamai se hriday jnana. The knowledge has been completely destroyed and they become bewildered. And because of that, they approach some demigods. And lesser than that, people in mode of ignorance, they approach some what do you call Bhudas, Predas, and all those people. And according to their mode of worship, they worship these people. But again, because they are not intelligent, they do not understand that even their faith, which they have reposed on these devas, on demigods, is actually strengthened or generated by Krishna alone. Yo yo yam yam tanim bhakta shadayarchidamichadi. Only Krishna, he can only develop, or he can only plant the seed of faith in anyone's heart. We cannot do it on our own effort, nor can our deities, our worshipful deities can increase that faith, create that faith. Only Krishna can do it. Because Krishna knows all our actions, sitting as Paramatma inside our heart. He directs all our activities, wanderings. And he strengthens our faith. And because of that, we have all the living entities, those who are worshipping demigods, they have some faith and they have unflinching. Yo yo yam yam tani bhakta shraddhyarchudamicha tasya achalam shraddha. That faith, very strong. I only give that faith. So with that faith, which is given by Krishna, sataya shraddhaya yuktas, sataya shraddhaya yuktas. With that shraddha, which is awarded by Krishna, is given by Krishna, because he is so merciful. Of course, we know that by worshipping demigods, ultimately they are not going to get anything. But since they have some faith, or they have there's some resemblance of being submissive to some authority, Krishna encourages that. So ultimately, they will bow down to supreme authority. Because at least they recognize that the demigods, that they can do something for them, and they become very submissive to these demigods. So that nature, they become slightly humble. So Krishna awards such kind of attitude. Satya Shadaya Yuktas, Tasya Radhanami Hede, they start worshipping these demigods according to the rituals pertaining to that particular demigods. And ultimately they get some benefits, some blessings, some boons from these demigods. And they are very happy with that. But they do not know that these benedictions which they have received from these demigods are actually awarded by Krishna alone. Without the permission of Krishna, without the sanction of Krishna, no demigod can give any blessing or boon to any living entity. Because whatever is there in this world, the universe is belonging to Krishna only. So how can these demigods give something which is not belonging to them, to their worshippers? So demigods, they know that Krishna alone is facilitating that. But these worshippers, they do not know. The demigods know that. They know that everything is being arranged by Krishna alone. So this is brought out by in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 63, in which describes a fight between Krishna and Banasura. Krishna's grandson Anuruddha fell in love with Usha, who is a daughter of Banasura. Banasura actually descendant of Prahlad Maharaj. So Banasura is a very powerful king, a very powerful demon. He got a lot of strength, a lot of physical strength, and got big army also. So Anuruddha, when he tried to kidnap Usha, he had to fight with Banasura, and ultimately Anuruddha was defeated and was imprisoned. Hearing this news, Krishna and Balrama, Pradyumna, everyone, they started from Dwaraka and they reached Bana's capital city and they surrounded the city. It said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna was leading an army of 12 divisions. Divisions actually means Akshaunis. So 12 Akshaunis, 12 divisions he was leading. And the whole city was sieged by Krishna. And then Banasura came out. And along with Banasura, Lord Shiva, Kartikeya, everybody took part in this war. Lord Shiva and Kartikeya fought in behalf of Banasura. And there was a battle between Shiva and Krishna. And Shiva used all kinds of deadly weapons against Krishna, but Krishna counteracted everything. And then finally, Shiva uses ultimate weapon, which is called Pashupati Astra, and Krishna countered with Narayanastra. And then Krishna uses yawning, a weapon which is called yawning, which creates yawning in that person, because he start keeping on yawning and he'll be very tired, he'll not be able to fight anymore. So Shiva was not able to fight anymore. And then meanwhile, Pradyumna defeated Kartikeya, Balrama defeated a lot of generals of Banasura. And finally, Banasura came, shrieking, howling, shouting, and was very, very angry. He started fighting with Krishna. Terrible weapons were used, but Krishna very easily counteracted everything. And Banasura had 1,000 arms. So he held 500 bows. With 2 arms, he hold one bow. Like that, he was holding 500 bows. And in each bow, he was attaching two arrows. So ultimately, 1,000 arrows will, 1 second, 1,000 arrows he will shoot. Krishna, he destroyed all those weapons. And he killed the charioteer of Banasura and all that. And Banasura was very, very in a very critical position. Then Banasura's mother, she came running from the fort. And when she removed all her clothes, he started running naked in the battlefield. And Lord Krishna, in order to avoid seeing this naked woman, he averted his eyes, and taking the opportunity, Banasura flew away. He escaped. And then again, there was a fight between Shiva, and Shiva recovered, and Shiva came back, and there was a fight between Shiva and Krishna. And finally, Shivajura, which is used by Shiva's personal weapon, Shivajura came out, and Krishna countered with Vishnujura, and Vishnujura destroyed Shivajura, and Shivajura became very afraid, and he came to Krishna. He approached Krishna and sought protection from Krishna, and Krishna finally awarded this protection to Shivajura. And so everything was again, Banasura came back, and this time Krishna, what he did, with his Sudarshan Chakra, he just cut off all the arms of Banasura, except 4 arms. He cut off all the 996 arms. The Banasura again position was very, very bad, and then Shiva came running. Then Shiva came running, and then he prostrated before Shiva and started praying, Krishna, and started praying and glorifying Krishna. And finally he said that, "Oh Krishna, I had awarded this, he is my devotee, I had awarded fearlessness in his person. So I awarded him. But now only you can protect this person. We can only award him fearlessness. I cannot do it now." Now he's being afraid because he's afraid that he's going to lose his life, that he's going to be killed by you now. So he's become very afraid. I had given him the boon of being not afraid, of being not fearlessness. I have brought him. Now only you can protect this. Please do it, Krishna. So Krishna smiled and said that I'm very happy with your glorification on that. Don't worry, Shiva, because I had given Prahlad Maharaj a boon that I will not kill any of his descendants. And this, since this Banasura is a descendant of Krishna, Prahlad Maharaj, I will not kill him. So rest be assured, and the Banasura also became very happy. And Krishna told Shiva, now he'll be a very faithful follower, and after he ends his life, he can come back to me. So the boon which is given by Shiva, that Banasura will be fearless, actually was protected by Krishna only, because only Krishna can protect this. But the pure devotees, they do not have to have any desires except to serve Krishna. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, in many places in Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll see that Krishna is praising devotees, pure devotees. And in 6th canto, I think 9th chapter, when the battle between Vatrasura defeats Devas. And they come comes to Krishna for protection. And they glorify Krishna. And Krishna became very pleased. And then he said that, "Oh demigods, you have offered prayers me with great knowledge." Because when you when you glorify Krishna, the glorification should have some knowledge also. Not simply glorify Krishna that you are great and all that. No, it's not like that. They very deeply, in great detail, they give the quality of Krishna based on knowledge only. So Krishna is very pleased with that. And a person, he says that such a person liberated with such knowledge always remembers me. So my exalted position, which is above this material, Advayam. Krishna says Advyam is a use is a. In verse 13, you will find that Trivi Gunamaye Bhave Ebhe Savavidam Jagat Mohidam Navijanadi Mam Ebhya Paramavyayam. So Krishna is about this everything. And the person who is understands the position very well, he glorifies Krishna to the extent. And such a devotee is always fully purified by offering prayers in knowledge. This is a source of devotion service to me. The devotion service based on knowledge only, and that knowledge increases our faith, And that faith increases devotion. And then Krishna says, Kim durapam mai prite tadhabi vibudhur dashaba shaba vibudhar shaba mai egandamadir nanyan matto vanchadi tattvavida. Kim durapam mai prite. If I am satisfied, it's very easy for anyone. That nothing is difficult. Kim durapam? Durapam is difficult. No difficult at all. We can obtain anything. Tathabi vibhuda rashaba, the best of intelligent demigods. Tathabi vibhuda rashaba, mai eganda madir na anyan mato vanchadi tattve. But the pure devotee whose mind is exclusively fixed on me does not ask for anything but the opportunity to be engaged in my devotional service. My eganda madir nanyan matto vanchadi tattvavita. Tattvavit means one who is knowing the truth. That person, he will not ask for anything else other than the service to Krishna. Kim drapam mai prede tadhabi vidvid bardashradha mai eganda madir nanyan matto vanchadi tattvavita. But those who are material person, they do not know that. So Krishna says, Na veda kribana shreya atmano guna vastudrik tasyatan ichado yachet yadi so vid tadhavida. Those who think that material objects are ultimate objects, ultimate end in life, or ultimate goal in life, they do not know the ultimate necessity of the soul. Atmano guna vastudrik. Na veda kribana shreya atmano guna vastudrik. Guna vasudit means who is attracted by the creation of the modes of material nature. He did not know the Shreya is Atmana only. Tasyatan ichado yachet yadi so abhi tadavidam. So, if anyone awards that which is desired by such fools, he must also be considered as foolish. Suppose one person comes and asks for something from me, something from a person, and he awards that. So both the person who is asking for this material boon, as well as the person who is giving this material boon, both are foolish. But it's only temporary only. The person who is asking for this, he doesn't know that, and the person giving this also, he appears not to receive that. So in that sense, demigods can be considered as foolish because they are encouraging this. So a pure devotee will never instruct a person in fruitive activities, to be engaged in fruitive activities. Swayam nisheshem vidwan navati ajnaya karmahi. In fruitive activities, they are not engaged in. And this may appear to be in contradiction with verse 25 of 3rd chapter. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, na buddhi vedam, so 26, na buddhi vedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam joshe sarvakamani vidwan yukta samacharan. So this is based, this is for persons who are totally in this material thing, and they do not, the person knowledge are not supposed to disturb these people. But here Srimad Bhagavatam says that a really advanced person will never engage others to be engaged in fruitive activities. So this is meant for those devotees who are advanced, those who are devotees who are advanced, but still in material things. A person, pure devotee, will not encourage such a person who is in the path of devotion, but who has got desires for material objects. That person will not be encouraged by this pure devotee. Swayam nishesen vidwan na vaki ajnaya karmahi na rati rogino apatyam vanchadobi abhikshmada. Bhikshadama means a doctor. Suppose a patient, he approaches a doctor, has got some problems, health problems, and he desires some nice palatable food. The doctor will not prescribe that. Although the patient desires that, the doctor will not prescribe. Same way, the pure devotees, they will not encourage devotees who are, but have got some desires, material desires. So Krishna says the same thing in Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 88, verse 8. He is instructing Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yasyaham anugrhanami harishye tadhanam shanaihi tado adhanam tyajandi asya swajanaha dukkha dukkidam. Yasyaham anugrhanami harishye tadhanam shanaihi. If I am, what do you call, favoring some person, I'll slowly remove all his opulences. I'll slowly take away all his opulences. Tado adhanam tyajandi asya swajana. When he becomes poverty stricken and when his relatives ditch him or they leave him, then he becomes very, very, very dukkha dukkidam. He suffers one distress after one other distress. And then ultimately he becomes totally attached to Krishna. So from life of Sudama, you can find this. Sudama was a very qualified Brahmin. He's very learned. But he had no interest in making money using his knowledge. He lived by subsistence by doing Madhugari. You know what is Madhugari? Vaikari Manaji, you know what is Madhugari?
No.
Oh, yes. Madhugari means a very advanced devotee who is not interested in working, who lives his subsistence by begging. But when he goes from door to door, he will not go to every person. It said that they will visit only 5 houses every day. Not even every day, maybe once in 3 days or so. And if he's getting something from these houses, which he selects, he'll be satisfied. If he doesn't get anything, he will be fasting that day. So Madhu Kari means, Madhu means, you can say this, honeybee. Honeybee collects by going to house, like it goes from flowers to flower. This person goes to the house and collects some food. Like that, Sudama Brahmana, he used to make his life, subsistence. He had got a wife and some children also. And they were poverty stricken, very, very poor. Life was becoming very, very hard for them. And subsistence was difficult. And wife was very, very friend. She was very, very concerned about their life and their future of their children and all that. So wife got to know about that that Sudama is a great friend of, had a great friend of Krishna, and they were attending the Gurukula, and still Sudama had, always think about Krishna only. And Mataji knows that Krishna is now king in Dwaraka. He's very, very rich. So she asked Sudama, why don't you go and visit your friend and ask something from him? So Sudama luckily goes to Dwaraka and and meets Krishna, and that is very clearly described in Srimad Bhagavatam detail. And Krishna is being very happy seeing Sudama. He washes the feet of Sudama like a Brahmin. he should be always, Krishna is always respectful to Brahmanas, and Sudama is a Brahmana. But Sudama, although he stays in her residence for 1 or 2 days, he is not asking for anything. He cannot ask. I mean, although the wife asked him to ask something from Krishna, Sudama was not very happy with that. And he did not ask anything from Krishna, because if he had that, suppose he gets something from Krishna, Krishna will not give anything. He's very opulent. And when you are opulent, when you are become very rich, Sudama was feeling that my faith, my devotion may be lost. I may lose my devotion. When I'm indulging in this richness which is given, all those opulence which is given from Krishna, I may lose my devotion. So the pure devotee is very afraid of being awarded opulence sometimes. But Krishna awards him all the same. And then Sudama, of course, he was actually very strong devotee, and nothing is going to affect his devotion. Whatever be the state of material life, whether he rich or poor, that is not going to affect him. But the attitude of the devotee is that he doesn't want anything, any opulence on his behalf. For him, personally, he doesn't want any opulence. But when it is awarded by Krishna in such a way that this facilitates more service, like Prabhupada was favored by Krishna and got a lot of money. And with those money, he built a lot of temples. And with that temples, so many devotees, many living entities got an opportunity to got to know about Krishna and serve Krishna. And thus the preaching spread everywhere in the world because it was facilitated by Krishna. So the pure devotee does not want anything for himself, but for Krishna, he is willing to accept anything. So this is the difference between pure devotee and a less intelligent devotee, who is more like worshipping the demigods. And the ultimate result of worshipping demigod and worshipping Krishna is given in the next verse, 23. Andavattu bhalam tesham tad bhavati atpamedasam devan devayajo yandi mad bhakta yandi mamapi. So men of small intelligence worship demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. So my planet, Krishna is eternal, Krishna's planets are eternal. Demigods are not eternal, they are only living entities having a temporary material bodies like any other living entity, but placed in higher position because of their karma. They are now appearing as in devas. They have their own dhammas, their own worlds. Every deva, like Surya, Chandra, Indra, Vayu, everyone has got their own planets. But these all are very temporary. Maybe lasting for years and years, crores of years, but ultimately that will be destroyed. Even Brahmas, this one will be destroyed. So those who have accepted these demigods as supreme, they will naturally be moved to Deva, these planets of the Devas. And the end of one kalpa, it will be destroyed, everything is destroyed. But that is the intelligence. So that is the intelligence. It's a Krishna, because alpamedasam, because these people are with a limited intelligence, small intelligence, ultimately reach a place which is temporary only. But people with broad intelligence, udaradhi, a pure devotee, they reach Krishna's. So in this verse, we can find that Devas had got their residence and Krishna has got residence. It's not like that you worship anyone, you can get the same result. No. Some people preach that if you worship anyone, material or whatever, this result is the same. but the result is totally different. You cannot eat a bitter gourd and expect the taste of a laddu. Vikrimaji, you would like what? Bitter gourd or laddu?
Yes.
Some people, they like sweet. They like sweet things, but they eat. But the nature is that they want to eat some bitter things also. So they eat bitter things and expect sweetness. Is that possible? You eat bitter gourd means you get sour taste only. You eat jalebi or laddu, you get sweet taste. So it is not right to say that you worship anyone and result is the same. No. The result of worshipping demigods is that you go to a temporary place which is prone to destruction. The demigods themselves will be destroyed, their residence will be destroyed, and their worshippers will also be destroyed. But worshippers of Krishna, pure devotees, they go to Krishna and they will be having eternal relationship with Krishna and will be very happy with it. So, in this verse, it's very clear that all the results achieved by worshipping demigods are perishable, and therefore such worship is performed by less intelligent people. So the difference between this are that the Krishna devotee will be living a life of eternal life of blissful existence, full of knowledge, while the demigods worshippers will be ended with temporary results. The Supreme Lord is unlimited, his favor is unlimited, his mercy is unlimited. Therefore, the mercy of the Supreme Lord upon his pure devotee is also unlimited. So when you are worshipping the unlimited, the result is also unlimited. So the intelligent person will always worship Krishna alone and not demigods. That is the sum and substance of these verses. And in next coming verses, Krishna will be discussing those people who are worshippers of Avyakta, non-manifest, namely Brahman. They think the non-manifest is ultimate truth, which will be discussed in next two verses, 24 and 25. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any clarification or any questions? Right. Siddhartha Akronik can render this Narasimha Kirtan.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadayine Hiranyakashiporvachaha Chilatanga Nakalaye Ito Narsimha Parado Narsimha Yedo Yami Tado Narsimha Bahe Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho Narasimhamadim Charanam Prabhade Tava Karakamalavaре Nakam Adbhuta Sringam Dalita Hiranyakasipu Tanu Bringam Kesavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jayo Narsimhadev Jayo Narsimhadev Jayo Narsimhadev Jayo Narsimhadev Jayo Narahari Jayo Narahari Jayo Narahari Jayo Narahari Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha. Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj.
भक्ति गणाशकारी श्री नरसिंह देव भगवान की, वैष्णव भक्त श्रेष्ठ प्रहलाद महाराज की, तैगो प्रेमानंदे। वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवे